Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer. And today, just left Jack in the Box for lunch, and I seen something there that's very disturbing here in Texas. So, and I think the worst part about it was it didn't surprise me at all. Sitting down eating, and a woman looked to be about late 60s, early 70s, and her granddaughter, let's just say that, she was maybe like 12, 13, little girl. They both walk in, and the grandmother asks for a cup, a water cup. And the granddaughter, both of whom are black, already had a cup walking in. And then they proceed to the machine. Now, I suspected that they were going to steal soda. I kind of seen it coming. But what happened was the grandmother, got a cup of ice first, and then poured herself some water. I was actually surprised that she got water instead. And then the granddaughter got herself a cup of pink lemonade, and walked out and everything. Now, why is this a big deal? Um, okay, first off, let's just say it's nothing new under the sun. That's something that I did when I was young, when I was that age, and it's not a horrible act. It's like 2 3 cents most to Jack in the Box, so it's not a major concern. The difference is, and what's really disturbing is that the grandmother was teaching her to do this. She was encouraging her. See, the granddaughter walked in with a cup already and ready to go. Like that's the deal. She went in to steal soda under her grandmother's tutelage. Like, she was a Padawan learner to fuckery. And that is where the problem lies in the black community. That's why I do not really people are under this impression that a lot of black men despise black women. It's not about that. That little girl is being taught wrong. Like I say, that is something that I did when I was younger too. It's not that big of a deal by itself. However, there is a moral baseline that she is setting. So, my father or, my grandfather or grandmother, nobody would ever tell me or teach me to do something like that. They just they had their set of morals, and as a child you're going to rebel a little bit. You're going to move to the left of their lines of morality just a little bit, but hopefully not too far, and then you'll wind up somewhere in the middle of just complete depravity, and just living like a monk or like your parents want you to live. So that was the thing. So her baseline morality that she got from her parents, or from her parents, grandparents, etc., etc., is all fucked up. It's basically a get over when you can mentality. And now that that's instilled into her, she's going to try to take it further. She's going to attempt to be more of a thief and more ratchet than her grandmother is. And this woman hasn't, or this young lady hasn't even discovered her sexuality yet. So, so her moral compass, which is typically set by the guardian, is completely out of whack. It's the guardian's job. I mean, kids are going to be kids. They're going to, for example, my father, he was in the Air Force, and I visited him on base. Or I didn't really visit him because I'm a kid and I don't really have a choice in the matter. So, he took me to his base or whatnot. And there was somebody had fundraiser. They had a fundraiser, which means that they had a box of chocolate just sitting there, and people put money in and take a candy bar. And my father did that for me. He bought me one, and I was thinking, like, there's nobody here guarding it. Why not just take the candy bar? This wasn't a store. To me, because I have not developed a sense of morality. If candy is on the floor, then you take it. You don't pay for it. Is And that's just how kids go. Morality is taught. That's what I'm getting at. Morality is taught. It's not something that's innate in everyone. I mean, don't get me wrong, some are more than others, but it's not something that's innate in everyone. Morality is taught. And by example, my father was teaching me that. Did I grow up to steal candy later? Yeah, absolutely. Not from a fundraiser though, because that's different. But yes, I have stolen things in the past because my morality shifted from where my father taught me. However, it did shift back as I grew up. But that, and I would never steal or encourage my kids to steal, because I know that once I set a poor baseline, they're going to take it a little bit further or a lot further. So it's better to have a baseline, that's as strict as you can. Morality is key. Now, the little girl and the grandmother, the real concern with that is the soda is something that's of very little value. And the fact that they looked at it as an event, they woke up and, like, it was planned. It was, when I did it, when I was a kid, we would just, like, happen to be in a neighborhood or something. We buy something else, get a water cup, and then get a soda, as opposed to paying the extra dollar for a drink, something like that. It would appear that they either drove or walked to that Jack in the Box for no other reason but to get that soda and leave. What you have here is somebody who actually, the value of the soda was not the only thrill. That's what I'm getting at. The thrill was getting over on somebody. There's a certain rush and feeling that you get from, you feel superior than somebody. It's a superiority complex. You feel that you're superior to the person who owns their Jack in the Box, a Jack in the Box franchise, because you just got over on them. You just hustled them. In their mind, they outsmarted the owner. And that is the problem. And that is something that she is teaching her granddaughter. But the truth of the matter is, they don't care. They know. They just don't give a shit. You didn't outsmart them. I mean, they outsmarted you into thinking that you outsmarted them. I mean, they know that shit like that will appease you and just keep you in line, so you don't actually do any real thing. You're not actual real competition. You're not. You're never going to, work there and form a union or no shit like that. Something that would really threaten their bottom line. You're not going to graffiti the side of the building or something like that. So they're like, fuck it. If this is what gets you off, fuck it. But worse is that your reputation, the ethnic reputation of black people, and particularly in this case black women, is being tarnished. Is being tarnished. You are chipping away at the ethnic reputation, the already tarnished, extremely tarnished ethnic reputation of black people for the price of a soda. And the fact that you don't realize that, and I'm not talking about the little girl, I'm talking about the grandmother. The fact that the grandmother does not realize that really says something about her intelligence and her mind state. She actually think that she won something when really she lost. She lost a little bit of the ethnic reputation of black women. She gained a soda. Oh, look, you have a soda. Aren't you happy that you have a soda? You have a soda. And what's worse is, so right now, young black women are feeling the brunt of generations of fucked up ethnic reputation. You have brothers, not wanting to fuck with them. You have brothers thinking twice about messing with them. You have other races that just assume not deal with them unless, they're on some severe swirl shit, and, bitches just walking up to them offering them deals that they can't refuse, tens for twos and shit like that. So the whole reputation is fucked up. This generation has got to bear the brunt of it. And what did they gain? What did they gain in this? What, sodas and shit? That's what they gain. They have become a very untrustworthy group of people with nothing to show for it. Their reputation is trash now, and it sucks. It sucks that black man's reputation is trash now, but not to the extent of this, because there is a certain attraction that women have to bad boys that men do not really have to bad women or to bad girls or what have you. So their relational value is so fucked up. I mean, because if a person is willing to steal a soda from a company and not really think about the consequences of the reputation of her individual reputation and the reputation of her tribe, then how is she going to treat you? Now, this girl is a victim of bad parenting or a victim of bad guardianship. I feel bad for her. Would I recommend that anybody in my family date this young lady? Fuck no. If somebody's moral compass is out of whack, then no. That is the worst possible situation you can be in. I mean, when somebody divorces you, or if somebody marries you for with the intent to later divorce you and take your money, that is somebody whose moral compass is completely off. And that's something that starts at a very young age. So, yes, men are reluctant to marry women who are morally askew. Unless, the man is himself, but then you have two people just chronically trying to get over on the other person. And it's a lose-lose situation. And when I say that, I mean both parties really, really lose. I've seen relationships like this over and over again. But is that the point I was trying to make is that it's not the young women's fault. However, it is their responsibility. It is your responsibility, and it shouldn't be. It's not fair. When has life ever been fair? It's not fair, but it is the responsibility and duty of women in this current predicament to take their reputation back. Nobody else is going to do that for them. Primarily because nobody can do it for you. So fuck promotion, oh, it's television promotion and they show blonde hair, blue eyes, light skin, don't care. Fuck all that shit. Behave better. Okay, you can have a series full of well-behaved black women who are lawyers and shit like that, but if the majority if people go out and see shit like this, then guess what? Your reputation is fucked. No matter what you put on TV, if in real life I go to IHOP and I see black women throwing pancakes at each other, your reputation is fucked. And there's nothing nobody else can do about it. You have to do this for yourself. You have to change the reputation for yourself. Cops had a reputation of eating donuts. Okay, I haven't seen a cop eat a donut in 30 years. They changed that reputation for themselves. Nobody else is going to do it. It's fucked up. It's fucked up that old bitch left a fucked up legacy that she's trying to continue to perpetuate to future generations. It's fucked up. You didn't do this to yourself. I get it. I'm mad at you. But it is your cross to bear. Those of you with kids and daughters, teach them to do better. Reset their moral compass on a regular basis. Those of you without, know that you represent yourself. You are working at a deficit, meaning control your temper, control your behavior. People expect you to be ratchet. Prove them wrong. Every chance you get, prove them wrong. It's fucked up, but I didn't make this world. I just live in it. Game over.